Hi guys, it's MattiAce, and in today's video I want to talk about travel safety in the Philippines. And what triggered this video was this article that was brought to my attention by my friend from India, Mitch, who is a mod on my main YouTube channel for gaming. He posted this article from the New York Post, and they are referring to a site called HelloSafe that apparently ranked the Philippines the most unsafe country in the world to vacation in 2025. And this really caught me by surprise. I've been in the Philippines 5 times, and I am quite up to speed when it comes to travel safety in the Philippines, especially considering that I've been 3 times in Davao. Davao is the main town in Mindanao, and Mindanao is considered a very unsafe place in the Philippines. It's in the southern part of the Philippines, even though Davao per se is considered very, very safe. And this can be very contradictory in many ways, but we'll get to that later. In this article, let me read it. As tension rises around the world, picking summer travel vacation can be like navigating an international minefield. As a service to Globetrotters financial comparison site, HelloSafe has ranked the most dangerous nations to travel, revealing that the Philippines is the most unsafe vacation nation on Earth in 2025. And I'm going to click to this site that New York Post here is referring to, and lo and behold, this is a very, very surprising read, because as I browse down here, I look at first the safest countries. They come up first. There's Iceland, Singapore, Denmark, Austria, Switzerland, Czech Republic, a couple of countries, and at the top 15, my country, Sweden, is not listed. So yeah, not so safe in Sweden anymore. Now, here we come to the most unsafe countries. And you can read the article here. I'm going to post both the New York Post article in the description, but also this HelloSafe.com travel insurance safety countries. I'm going to give you this site as well. You have Sudan, South Sudan, Afghanistan, Ukraine, Democratic Republic of Congo, Syria, Mali, Somalia, and a few more countries. But at the top 11 most dangerous countries, the Philippines is nowhere to be found. So I've been looking through this and checking it out, and I've also been searching some AI for the answer. And the only conclusion I can draw right off the bat here is that this site, HelloSafe, has probably updated their information, because, yeah, I'm assuming that the Philippines is nowhere near as unsafe as some of these top countries here, or maybe further down the list as well, because again, the Philippines is nowhere to be found on this site as one of the most dangerous countries. And here you go to like Latin America, they have their own list as well. So that being said, whether or not the Philippines is one of the unsafest countries in the world, there are many things to consider if you want to go there.
Well, I just ordered. How long are you open? When do you close? What time? 10. All right, there's plenty of time for more food. All right, I'll see you later. Unlimited food for 200 pesos. That can't be good if you're trying to stay healthy.
So now, if you want to go to the Philippines despite what you see or hear in this video or from other sources, there are a few things you really want to consider. Number one, you want to check with your insurance company, your travel insurance company, if the area of the Philippines that you're planning to go to is covered. Because if it is not, then this is an area that is considered too unsafe. And in the case of Swedish insurance companies, they do not cover certain parts of Mindanao which is where I am filming right here, by the way. This is in Davao, but I think Davao is actually considered safe enough for my insurance company. However, if I would go to the northwestern part, that would be considered way too unsafe. In Sweden, we have Utrikesdepartementet, the Department of Foreign Affairs, I guess, and they will have recommendations not to travel to certain areas, and those travel recommendations is what said insurance companies are going to follow as guidelines to whether or not they're going to cover you if something happens to you in the travel insurance. So check out that with your travel insurance and your foreign department or Department of Foreign Affairs, whatever it's called in your country, to see if the area of the Philippines you're going to is considered unsafe or not. Now, the main security concern in the Philippines, especially in the southern part, is of course religious extremism, where certain religious groups have a tendency to kidnap foreigners and hold them for ransom, or in some cases even worse. So now, in this New York Post article that I've been referring to in the beginning of this video, one example of a 26-year-old American YouTuber named Elliot Oni Eastman was abducted at gunpoint from a small island in the country's south by 4 masked men masquerading as police officers. He is currently presumed dead. Now, anyone that bothers to dig a little deeper into this story will quite soon see the explanations of religious extremism as one of the main reasons, and where he lived specifically, which was in the, northwestern part of Mindanao, that place is considered very, very dangerous for said reason. So now, if you want to travel in the Philippines, and especially in the southern part, if you're concerned with religion, if consuming pork or drinking alcohol is prohibited, that will tell you something about that topic regarding the owner of said facilities. However, if you see these signs, then by that time you may have already ordered that room, so you may want to think about what kind of questions you want to ask ahead of time. So now, another security concern in the Philippines is a terrorist organization called NPA, or with the acronyms NPA, and it stands for New People's Army. This is a communist guerrilla type organization that conducts somewhat similar acts of terror towards either the civilians or police or army personnel, but many times when that happens, civilians ends up in the crossfire. So now, it seems to me that the NPA is mostly active in the central part of the Philippines. This is commonly known as Visayas. This is where you have the city and the island Cebu, very popular among Western expats. Cebu City is by far my favorite city in the Philippines, and on the east you have Leyte with the city Ormoc. I've been there once and I have quite a number of videos from that area as well. And then west or northwest of Cebu Island you have the island Negros, where I have only been a little bit. So now, obviously, when it comes to the security situation in the Philippines, a lot of that is based on the Philippines politics. And as a foreigner, you are not allowed to interfere with the Philippines politics. Very different from how it is in the Western world. But as you may or may not know, the previous president of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, has been imprisoned in Europe, actually, by international court and found guilty for crimes against humanity. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep my personal opinions to myself. But one of the things that got him elected and got him popular was, of course, because of his work for the safety for the Philippine people. Now, when I was here in Ormoc, I talked to a guy from Australia who explained to me that, the work they've done here, the current mayor of Ormoc, he had a very hard stance against criminality as well, and had in just a few years made Ormoc into a much more safe little city. It's basically the size of Toledo. Not a big city, but they had a lot of problems with criminality, and apparently a lot of progress had been made in that regard. Now, unrelated to the topic of this video, I just love walking around and talking to people like this.
So we're gonna have to check here. This is mackerel?
Yeah, mackerel.
How much?
160.
160?
Yeah.
Per kilo?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. mo sa dagat. Sa kilo?
Marilis. How much? Huh? 80 per kilo.
Per kilo.
80 per kilo. Oh, that's much.
Yeah, I have so much footage walking around talking to people on food markets or fruit markets or whatever. You know, I would much rather just go to a place like this, buy some fish or meat or whatever, and then bring it to a, you know, a normal Philippine family and say, you know what, if you cook this, you know, I'll pay for the food and we all eat together. You just have to cook it. That to me is so much more fun, so much more interesting than eating on a restaurant, for example.
Yeah. You wanna chop one up? You wanna try it? Yeah. You chop it up.
Magandang buntag. Get fucking wrecked. If I had to limp it now. Oh my god.
So now, whether or not you think the Philippines is an unsafe place to visit, I'm gonna leave that to you. There is a lot you can find on Google or GROK, whatever search engine you prefer, or AI as I'm mostly using nowadays. Me, I am not the tiniest bit deterred by this article or report or whatever. I make up my own mind and I'm going again whenever I get the chance or, well, the financial means to do so. I can't wait to come back and meet these wonderful people, and that's all I have to say about it. Thank you all for watching.
Usmena Park. That's what it's called. Usmena Park. Usmena Park. Usmenia? Usmenia. Ah, yeah, it's that. Yeah, you got that Spanish thing going, yeah. Usmenia Park. Okay, now we know where we're at. So it's good to know, right? Yes, mayong buntag.
Hello! Hi! Davao City and Osmeña.
Usmenia Park. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Say hi.
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 Hello.
You'll be on YouTube.
Hi.
YouTube.
Oh.
Ah, yeah. Mayong buntag. Mayong buntag.